if we were to violate the restriction that any name that you assume can't already be in use, we would be in a position to prove the conclusion of an invalid argument. So think about the following argument. Suppose I say some animals are dogs, some animals are cats, so some cats are dogs, right? True, true, false. The argument is invalid. But if I violate my restriction on a new name, I'll be able to get to that conclusion. Here's how it would look. So existential AX dx, and I'm just using A and D rather than write out the full word. Then existential AX CX. Okay, now if I say, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and use the same name, let me go ahead and assume that Albert is the animal that's a dog, right? Okay, so I'm going to assume that Albert is an animal and a dog. Now I'm going to further assume that Albert is an animal and a cat. Right? And what I want is to get the sentence, right, that I have chosen, or sorry, rephrase, get the sentence, some dogs are cats, right? So I'm going to now trot along my merry way, and I am going to dismantle line 4. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle line 3. And I'm going to conjoin them. And I'm going to generalize. And then I'm out here. Oopsie, sorry. Existential C, conjunction D. And then that gets me back out onto my main line. Sorry, so we had 6, 7, 8, 9. And then here I am at 10. I'm out on my main line again. I have existential. Some cats are dogs, right? So when you violate the restriction on the existential instantiation rule, right, that says any name must be a name that's not already in use, when you violate that restriction, you can get to the conclusion of an invalid argument. You would say, no. This is clearly wrong, right? So Albert, or Alfred, or Aloysius, or Alfredo, or Alejandro, or Alex, or Aveline, Alice, whoever, blah, 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 right? Whoever it is. If you're saying that A is an animal and A is a dog, and then you're saying A is an animal and A is a cat, right? By using that same name, because A is the same in all of its iterations, you're on your way to proving the conclusion of an invalid argument. And remember, this is all kind of bad, right? So that rule that says you must use a name that's not already in use plays out here with respect to invalidity. But then, as a reminder, when you are looking at, going back to the case of being in a morgue, and you see a number of bodies, or in the case of the example I gave, a number of, skeletons, you're going to have to assume a different name for each, precisely because we say, look, individuals, no two individuals are the same individual, right? They are discrete entities. So skeleton 1 can't be the same as skeleton 2, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. What do you think?